YouTube? Nick Nowak back for another video here on the HSR. If you're new, welcome to the channel. We ranch out of Northwest Kansas. As you can see, we have a bunch of fall cows here. Just gave them some alfalfa. I put the bale on the wrong way actually, so it didn't unroll, you know, kind of how it's supposed to, but I think we got enough kind of insight here. We feed about 1/3 of a bale of alfalfa to these girls every day. There's about, I think there's 41 cows out here and 39 calves. We have Charolais bulls. As you can see, a bunch of Charolais calves, black and red, and 2 Charolais cows. This is kind of my winter. I'm always checking water over here. We are checking calves, making sure everybody looks healthy, making sure none of the bulls are injured or hurt, and making sure all the cows look good. We're also feeding, like I said, a bale, about 1/3 of a bale every day. And then we will eventually, I don't know if you guys can see it, my red feeder is out there somewhere. We'll fill that up with sedan, but we haven't got it yet. So they're just eating this old CRP grass and alfalfa every day, and cows are doing just fine. I thought today's video we'd kind of talk about our fall cows and kind of our breeding and stuff like that. So all these calves are bred full Charolais, which means we have 2 Charolais bulls with black cows and red cows, and like I said, 2 Charolais cows. But the cool thing about the Charolais is it's kind of a dominant gene, so all the calves will be white or close to white. There's a dark brownish color. That calf's mom is black, but they'll all have a black nose to signify black Angus cow on a Charolais bull. So that's pretty cool. This year we calved, it would have been right around October 1st through the end of November. We had I think 1 calf in December. So pretty tight window, but I wanted to move up our calving dates. So we actually turned the bulls out December 12th, which puts us at a September 21st, I believe, calving date. So that'll be good. We'll probably leave the bulls out for 60 days. We've had absolutely great weather. So hopefully these bulls can get these girls bred in the first 2 cycles before it starts snowing on them in January and February. And we'll get them pulled out and get them back to the feed yard where they spend their summer. Except him, he'll stay here and breed our 8 spring cows we have. If you see this calf right here and that little bull calf right there, both those moms, their moms are red. The bull we bred them last year too, since these were bred heifers last year, we bred them to a half Charolais, half Red Angus bull. So these calves, those 2 calves, and there's 1 more, would be 3/4 Red Angus, 1/4 Charolais, but literally everybody else will be half Black Angus, half Charolais. Besides our 2 Charolais cows, they are full Charolais calves. And they calved in August. They're a little bit bigger because they calved almost 30 days sooner. We bought them bred. So kind of a cool story about them, which we can get to in a little bit, but let's just walk through these calves. They're really tame. We got them worked last week. We gave them 2 shots and we castrated the bull calves, knife cut them. We rope and drag. If you haven't watched that video yet, go back. I think it's 3 videos ago. We rope and dragged, had the whole family out. It was a good time, and it went smooth, so no complaints there. Here's one of the full Charolais calves. You can see just a lot bigger. Kind of looks like a little bit of a bull since we didn't cut him super early, but he'll be all right. And this would be his mother. But these calves are just flat out growing. That Charolais gene really just boosts these calves. Charolais are kind of known for their bigger frame, and in the commercial business, you know, everybody wants a black-hatted cow, but that's slowly changing. In my opinion, I think more and more people are going to half Charolais or even just putting Charolais bulls on their cows. Especially in my area, a lot of people are starting to do that, and you can see the benefits. They just get so much bigger. But like I said, I think the tides are kind of turning a little bit. I think there'll always be kind of a premium for that black-hatted calf, but in the sale barns around here, there really hasn't been much of a difference. This right here was the second heifer born on our place this year. And then that little bull calf right there, well, I guess he'd be a steer now, was I think the third. This bull right here, he's from Larson, that's out in Sharon Springs. He's a good guy, 18 months old. He's gonna get big, real docile bull, kind of not really much care. He tested good. We're renting him from one of my good buddies out in Scott City, so we're hoping he does good for us. But yeah, I mean, I don't know much else what to say about these girls, but before we go head back to the ranch, I'll tell you about these Charolais cows. So I have two little girls, as most of you know, an almost 3-year-old, which is kind of crazy. Her name is Willa, and our 6-month-old her name is Prairie. And I've kind of wanted to find, there's some of the calves right there, pretty uniform calves. I wanted them to have a passion for ranching, and I've just been kind of thinking about ways to make that happen. And you know, I was like, well, I want them to have their own cow. So I bought these 2 Charolais cows for them. So every time they come to the pasture, which when they have calves, it's kind of hard because there's a bunch of them. But the big Charolais cows, the big white cows, they know it's theirs. And Willa absolutely loves her cow. She named her little calf Wiley the white calf. And so it's just kind of cool to see her loving the industry and kind of just showing her kind of how it works. And then basically at the end of the day, the money we make off their calf, put into a fund for college or something like that, maybe a wedding or something down the road. So that's kind of the story about those 2 Charolais cows. Let's head back to the ranch. All right, so the next project I'm going to work on today, while I have a little bit of time, it's not necessarily a cold day or a nice day, but it's, I mean, nice for December. So what I'm going to do is kind of explain to you what I've been doing. So when we moved to our ranch, if you're new, we don't have anything that's flat on this place. So I took all this dirt. It was all sloped down towards the barn. We raised it up, probably put, I don't know, close to maybe 200-300 bucket loads of dirt up here to level it out, because this is where I'm going to build my working facility down the road when we get a little more funds for it. And by funds, I mean ka-chank. So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Help a brother out. Anyways, what I want to do is I've started doing this probably a couple days ago, and I've added this much dirt. So from right here over, it's basically a complete drop off, as you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see the slope, but I've been adding a lot of this dirt here. I want to try to get this thing completely flat all the way up to the rail car, so I have a long ways to go. But there's not really a time frame of wanting to do it. I just want to do it because, one, nothing's flat here, and 2, I think it's going to look a whole lot nicer to when I can put my working facility in. I can do it the way I want to and have enough space. So here's kind of an example. You know, I'm raising it up probably, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet. I still need to put a whole nother layer on top, but there's gyp over there, down in that corner. So I kind of want to put gyp across the whole top of this thing, and kind of use that as my top layer. smoothed out, the chickens were in my way literally the whole time. They're a pain in the butt, but oh well. They're just digging around in there looking for something. It looks really good. I'll see if I can't get a better angle for you. I added probably from right here over, which is probably 8 feet, maybe 8-10 feet, which doesn't sound like a lot, but is probably 40 bucket loads of dirt. So if you can see here, I've got it pretty level, and kind of what I want to do is kind of level it down this way. I don't want it to be completely flat to where water kind of builds up in my corral when I build it. I want it to kind of drain out at a slight angle, kind of like at feed yards, things like that. So that's my plan. I have a slight grade. It's just barely. I'm not the best at dirt work, but I grew up doing it at the feed yard with pens and stuff like that, so I'm not new to it, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do now is just drive over all of it with my tracks. I'm gonna go get a bucket load just to get a full bucket, get some weight, drive over all this real quick. We'll meet up with you guys in the shop because we got to get this baby greased up. We got about half the Bobcat greased, but I ran out of grease, so let's get a new roll. My knife. Let's get back to work. All right, y'all, Bobcat's greased. We got a lot done today on where my corral's gonna go eventually. I say a lot. You guys are probably like, oh, it's only 8 or 10 feet, but it took me 2 hours to get all those loads, get it leveled out and whatnot. So it's gonna be a work in progress. It's gonna probably take me a while to get all that done, but like I said, it's a good little deal to just work on every once in a while, just because I have time. But anyways, you guys learned about the fall cows today if you were new, and if not, you guys got a little revamp on them. Here's my little 3 wean calves. They're doing good. I need to get some corn out for them, but I'll do that here in a little bit. Let's take one more look here at our dirt work. I think it looks really good. It's pretty flat. We're a little high in the middle, but we'll get all that leveled off once we get completely done. So we're gaining, I don't know, we probably got 50 foot, 60 foot maybe, so maybe about 7 more days just like that, and we'll be done. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're still watching, I really appreciate it. It really helps me out motivation wise to keep going, and helps with the algorithm, I guess. So like and comment. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.